Welcome, everyone. Come on in, come on in.
Hi, we're going to get started in a few minutes. We're just going to let some more participants kind of trickle in and we will get started. But thank you for being here.
Hi, Angie. Welcome.
Can you see
Hi.
me?
Yes, I
Oh,
can.
sorry. Sorry, did I speak over you, Angie?
Hi, Andy. Welcome.
Oh, hi, thank you so much. Oh, hi, hi, hi.
All right, we'll give it about one more minute or so and we'll get started. We're just waiting for, I don't want to say the slow pokes, but the ones that are still logging in.
Welcome, Amori, Stephanie, Esteban, Grace, Quentin, Brian.
We are so happy that you're here. If you guys could do us a favor in the chat, just put what school you're from, if you are from ASU or if you are from Maricopa. If you could just throw that in there real quick, we want to see who is participating with us. Not all at once.
I'm on my phone, so it doesn't let me do anything. My computer just crashed.
Oh no.
I know, it's such a
Well,
bummer. That's okay.
what school are you coming from?
Maricopa.
Maricopa? Okay. What
Yeah.
which campus? Or is it online?
EMCC.
Okay.
Oh, okay, good. Someone said something, so it popped up.
On these at Tempe. Esteban is ASU Finance. We have West Campus here. Hey.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you so much um for humoring me. Okay, so we're gonna get started. So today we are doing our first
Uh-oh.
of a very exciting series. We have four altogether. So the idea is for all of you who are participating today to continue this series. It's not just a one and done. We do want you to do all the series because it's all going to make sense and it's all going to come together and you're going to get a lot of benefit from the whole series. So without further ado, we're going to get started with the power of growth mindset. All right. So, as some of you may know, I am the program manager for Blackstone Launchpad. My name is Acacia Barnett, and we are here because of Blackstone, which is a partnership with Arizona State University and also Maricopa Community Colleges. And Blackstone is really helping us to develop more career readiness and entrepreneurship skills for students at Arizona State and also Maricopa Community Colleges. We have lots of opportunities for you, not just this mentorship program, but also some paid internships that are going to be happening very soon that I'll get into that great stuff at the end. So you have to stay for the whole thing to learn. So just some friendly reminders. We want you to mute your microphones. Feel free to type your questions in the chat box, and then questions will be answered during the live Q&A after the presentation. And if you haven't already, Bailey just put into the chat, we have a downloadable worksheet that we would like you to follow along with and fill out. It's going to be super useful for you to be going along with us as far for us to see what the growth mindset is. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to download that worksheet. And while you download it, we're going to just hop right into the first question and get going. So the first question that I would like you guys to start thinking about is, what does a growth mindset mean to you? So think about it. If only we had some Jeopardy music.
That was good.
In my head, that's what's playing right now.
Me too.
Awesome. So hopefully you guys are downloading that worksheet. And this is what we're going to be talking about today. We are going to go over growth mindset versus fixed mindset, why a growth mindset is important, how to identify growth mindset and fixed mindset traits and characteristics, growing through your challenges and setbacks, developing your personal growth mindset strategy. And then, of course, we want you to stay until the end for an announcement of very special job opportunities. I have really great news to share with you guys about internships. So you have to stay, please. And so about our speaker, we are here with Lisa Juice, and she is an amazing mentor with Blackstone Launchpad, and she is also a venture devil mentor as well. So she's helped a ton of our students here at ASU get ventures off the ground. We're so happy and grateful that she has joined us on the Blackstone side. And Lisa is going to help all of you to really find those professional and personal traits that are going to help you push yourself to the next level. So we're really excited to have Lisa here and to have her a part of the Blackstone, and for also you as the students who can take advantage of this mentorship and one-on-ones with Lisa. So with that, I will hand it over to Lisa.
Thank you so much, Acacia, and thank you guys for having me. This has been an amazing journey and opportunity to work with Blackstone Launchpad and just get in on the ground floor. And again, I appreciate you so much for thinking of me, because I love to pour into students. So without further ado, let's get started, because I want you guys to think about how far you want to grow, because we want you to grow beyond measure, and we want to be on that journey along with you. So let's get started. Although we're talking about growth mindset, before we get started, we need to talk about what is a mindset. What is a mindset? Let's start there, right? So before we jump in on the fixed and growth mindset, it is important to define what is at its core. So defining a mindset, Webster's Dictionary has mindset defined as a habitual and characteristic mental attitude that determines how you will interpret and respond to situations. Did you guys already know that? So let's paint a visual picture, because a mindset, or a growth mindset or a fixed mindset, is more than a state of mind. According to Dr. Aaliyah Crum, psychology professor at Stanford, a mindset is a mental frame or lens that selectively organizes and encodes information. This information enhances our ability to simplify our choices. So basically what that means is that lens and framework that we create, our own narrative, this will determine how we receive, respond to our talents, skills, situations, and challenges. So that alone should tell you how powerful a mindset is. More common than you think. According to Carol Dweck, one of the world's leading researchers on motivation and mindset, only 40% of people have a growth mindset. That means 60% of people need to work on reprogramming their current way of processing their daily lives and successes. So the bottom line, guys, is this means that if you're currently in a fixed mindset, you are not alone. 60% of the people need to reprogram. So you're just one of them. And so there's no need to feel a certain way about yourself because we can always make a shift. Let's look at question number 2 of the worksheet. I want you to think about a recent setback or challenge you faced. How did you initially react to it? So think about, let's just take this week since we're already at Thursday. Just think about a recent setback that you've had this week and think about, how did I react to it? Was I really looking at it from a perspective of this can grow me? Or did I just say, oh my gosh, here's this situation and challenge. I don't want to deal with it. You know, just kind of reflect back. And I want to tell you this based on what I do in my business and my actual journey of walk. The way that you receive everything that you encounter, and I don't care what it is, the way that you receive it will determine how successful you will be. Always remember that. So let's move on here. We're going to move on into this section. And the reason why I have this listed as the clear no judgment zone is because we're really going to dive in a little deep here where we need to reflect on who we are. So I want you to just let down your guard and give yourself permission to be free, okay? Remember, you can't grow when you are not honest about who you are and where you are. So this is a no judgment, clear zone. So feel free to put your comments and questions in the chat as we move forward, but most of all, support one another as we move forward. So if someone asks a question, you know, if they're in a fixed mindset, support them. Say, it's okay, we're going to get you through this because we're on this journey together. All right, let's get started. What is a fixed mindset? A fixed mindset is the belief that intelligence, talent, and other qualities are innate and unchangeable. So in the famous words of Popeye the Sailor Man, I might be dating myself. And
Love
I
it.
am who I am, and that's all that I am mentality. That's what you see is what you get. There's nothing else. I can't do anything about it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I really did reveal my age.
I'm right there with you.
With me, okay, as long as so with me. For all of you who are not, Google him. What is a growth mindset? A growth mindset is the belief that intelligence and talent can be developed with practice and effort. Neuroplasticity is the science behind a growth mindset. So let's dive a little deeper into neuroplasticity, just so that you can understand exactly how important it is. Neuroplasticity is your brain's ability to change, adapt, and respond to learning new things. So visualize your brain reorganizing every time you take a new challenge or learn a new skill. I remember growing up and studying, they would always say, you know, by the time you get 25, your brain is what it is. Well, further research with neuroplasticity has basically debunked that thought process. So no matter how old you are, there's still time to grow. There's still time to learn, which to me is very encouraging. All right, so let's dive into personality. So I want you to start thinking about, as we go forward, do I have some of these traits? Do I have some of the growth mindset traits? And just kind of keep track as we go along. So a fixed mindset personality traits. When you have a fixed mindset personality trait, you believe that intelligence and talent are static. So basically you believe that, oh, I can hear someone. Is everyone on mute? If you're not on mute, please place yourself on mute. Thank you. So basically you believe that whatever talents and skills you have, you're born with those and you're born with them and that's it. They also avoid challenges and so that they can avoid failure, and they give up easy. So in other words, they lean towards things with guaranteed success to avoid that feeling of not being good at something. They ignore feedback. It's kind of like they look at it as personal criticism, which means if you're looking at feedback as personal criticism, then that means that you're internalizing the criticism by receiving it as a personal attack versus looking at it as being constructive of the work or idea. So let me say that again. When you look at criticism and as something personal, that means that you're looking at it as a personal attack versus constructive, and that the person is just truly making comments about your work or your idea, not about you personally. So that's very important to identify. They hide flaws to avoid being judged. You know, we all have flaws, but a person with a fixed mindset, they view the revealing of these flaws as a threat. They don't want anyone to know that they have these flaws. So what this does is this often causes them to become defensive or overreact. They believe putting in effort is worthless. And in that belief, it's because, again, they believe that their talents and skills can't be changed. It is what it is. And we've already debunked that. So now we can move forward and at least hold on to that and know that there is potential to grow. All right, now let's talk about the growth mindset personality traits. And I also want you to reflect back on your week and kind of think of, okay, I was in a growth mindset during this time. So this is one of the things that I really want you guys to think about is for those of you who are entrepreneurs or those of you who are career bound, I want you to see and really hone in on why having a growth mindset personality, the personality traits is really important for you. So a growth mindset personality trait, they embrace challenges. So the more you embrace your challenges, the more you develop your perseverance skills. They persist through obstacles and adversities, as strengthening your muscle to give up, while creating a personal blueprint for how to leverage your adversities. Did you just hear what I said? Because I just threw you a gem. Did you catch it? So again, let me repeat that just in case it flew by you. So when you persist through obstacles and adversity, you are actually strengthening the muscle to push through and not give up, all while creating a personal blueprint for how to leverage your adversities. And these are adversities in this skill you already have. So that basically means you typically have the blueprint that's already been written, because I don't think there's anybody on this Zoom right now who hasn't been through something. So you already have the blueprint, you just haven't written it down. They use others' success. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, I went ahead. They learn from criticism. Criticism is an opportunity to improve talents and skills, is what you think of when you are in the growth mindset. You use others' success as inspiration. There is no better teacher than learning success from someone who has already achieved it. The old saying is true: why recreate the wheel? They challenge the status quo. They challenge the status quo. This courage fosters innovation, continuous improvement, and open dialogue, all while uncovering potential pitfalls and birthing new ideas when you challenge the status quo. So let's go back to the original question that I asked, which is, how is having a growth mindset important to an entrepreneur or a career-bound individual? I'm going to break it down for you. As a career-bound individual, imagine uncovering a company pitfall that saves your employer millions of dollars, and as a result, they give you a significant life-changing promotion and salary. Hello. And then as an entrepreneur, imagine birthing a new idea that becomes an industry game changer and makes you millions. Now, if that isn't motivation enough to inspire you to want to stay in a growth mindset, then I don't know what is. So you are soaring at your job for your employer. They see your value, or as an entrepreneur, you're changing the world and changing industries. So let's go on to question number 3 of the worksheet. Reflect on past challenges and setbacks. Can you identify any opportunities for growth or learning that emerged from those experiences? So this is where, when I was speaking earlier about writing it down. So again, it's so important to, I always say, write the vision and make it plain. Write the blueprint and make it plain. If you're writing down every time you go through something, how you brought yourself out of it, now you'll have the blueprint for what you need going forward. All right, now let's discuss fixed mindset characteristics. So now let's talk about the fixed mindset characteristics so that we can recognize when we are in a fixed state of mind. So when you're in a fixed state of mind and you're exhibiting those characteristics, you blame others for your failure. You blame others for your failure. So you view failure as confirmation that you are not good at something versus an opportunity to enhance that skill and improve. Okay, it just turned without me. Let's go back. All right, the second one, you do not pay attention to learning. Now remember, we talked about this. Those with the fixed mindset, they believe that their skills and their talents are fixed. So what's the point of learning, right? What's the point of learning more? They create performance goals. So they become hypersensitive or hyper-focused on performance or the end result to be judged. The end result to be judged. They also believe a person's potential can be measured. So if I measure it, then I don't have to waste time trying to develop it because it is not possible, is the mindset. They base their self-esteem on their success. They have attached their self-worth to success. This makes them susceptible to major highs and lows based solely on what can I accomplish now? What did I accomplish? Did I accomplish anything? And we definitely don't want to play that game. That's an emotional roller coaster, and we don't want to go there. And then they look for validation from others. They look for validation from others. So they stay in a space of comparison. And this comparison to others, this is when they feel validated. Like, okay, well, if this person is doing this, and then I'm doing this, well, then I'm either right on track or I'm ahead. So, comparison, I always say, I know they say curiosity killed the cat. I always say comparison killed the cat. Anytime that you are comparing yourself to others, you are setting yourself up for failure, because you can best believe that there's going to come a time when in that comparison, you're going to view it as you're not enough. And the reality of it is that we are all individually made and uniquely made. And because of that, there's always going to be someone who's better at something than you. And there's going to be things that you're better at other people, better at things than other people. That's the time to come together and let's see where I can fill in your weaknesses and you can fill in my weaknesses. A growth mindset characteristic. So this is where we're going to get into facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. So fixed mindset, they're dealing more with feelings. Growth mindset, you're dealing more with facts. So let's take a look. They see effort as a path to mastery. So if you want to be good at something, you need to start seeing effort as a path to mastery. So because what you commit to, you will master. And I know you guys know this by being in school. When you really commit to studying and being diligent, setting a schedule to study, you start acing those exams, the homework assignments, they just become easier. They believe in their abilities. So they believe that you can learn anything that you put your mind to, which is true. So it's effort versus inherent talent. They fail forward. I know those of you who are interested in being entrepreneurs, I know you've heard that before, failing forward. Failing forward is something that's commonly used and said in the entrepreneurial world. So this is when you do not see mistakes as failures, but as part of your learning process. To use your failures as an opportunity to improve the next attempt. Let me say that again. You use what is deemed as a failure as an opportunity to improve the next attempt. So you do not give up. You just say, okay, I need to tweak this or tweak that, and then I'll launch it again. Or I'll apply for that job again. They're not going to tell me no. They take risks and embrace challenges. So they see risks as an opportunity to learn and master a new thing, whatever that thing is. It could be big, it could be small, but whatever it is, it's aiding to the ultimate goal of you wanting to strive and be successful in life. They tend to collaborate rather than compete with others. So they view collaboration as an opportunity to improve their skills and help others achieve their goals. So it's a win for win. Where I'm strong and you're weak, I'll step in and help you. Where I'm weak and you're strong, you'll step in and help me, and we'll both grow and learn from each other, and we'll achieve whatever goal, individual or together, that we're trying to achieve. All right, question number 4 on the worksheet. How can you adopt a growth mindset and embrace challenges as opportunities for growth? How can you adopt a growth mindset and embrace challenges as opportunities for growth? Well, let's dive in a little deeper so I can tell you how. All right, ways to stay steps ahead. And that's getting in tune with exactly what triggers you. So, what triggers a fixed mindset? Our insecurities. We all have them. Every single person has insecurities. It's just a matter of if you allow the insecurities to overtake you, right? So there is a famous African proverb that says, when there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm. I remember when I first heard this proverb, it like knocked me over. So let's talk about what that means. When there is no enemy within, what's the enemy within? Our insecurities, right? So when there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm. So typically what happens is, because of our own insecurities, if someone says something, we deem it as criticism, right? And then that person, really what they're doing is they're kicking up dust on our insecurities. They've tapped into that insecurity that we already had. So that's why it's important to know what your insecurities are, work on your insecurities, so that there will be no enemy within, or you can control the enemy within because you recognize the enemy within. They become defensive. They have a sense of defensiveness. Now, defensiveness acts as the gate closing on communication. So have you ever had a conversation, you're in a conversation with someone and you're just trying to share with them your thoughts on something that they've brought forward, and instantly they get defensive and you're like, whoa, where did that come from? Defensiveness, right off the bat, it's like, okay, we can't even talk about this because they're defensive. There's nothing else I can say. They're not going to take it right. They're not going to receive it in the right way, or the way that I meant it, right? So try to steer clear of being defensive. Facing obstacles, challenges, and criticism. If this is triggering me, should I ask for help in order to overcome the current situation? It's that simple. If I'm facing an obstacle or a challenge, no, don't give up. Ask for help. Just ask for help. Don't be triggered back into a fixed mindset. Comparing yourself to others and feeling like you do not measure up. Again, comparison is simply the killer of your professional and personal joy. It's the killer of your professional and personal joy. It means you literally have signed up to feel like a failure every day. And lastly, these triggers inhibit our ability to learn and grow. Admit to yourself when you are not watering or seeking the water needed to grow. Just admit it. And then move forward in taking action in how you can position yourself to actually get watered. All right, now let's move on to what triggers growth mindset, because that's the community we want to stay in, right? Cultivating perseverance. So this is my little suggestion. Make a list of the times when you persevered, as a reminder that if you've done it before, you can do it again. So again, I go back to creating your blueprint. This is you creating your blueprint. Acknowledge your weaknesses. You can only improve on what you acknowledge. Cultivate your sense of purpose. When you identify that you are working towards something bigger than you, it removes the internalization and becomes about your impact. Let me say that again. When you identify that you are working towards something bigger than you, it removes the internalization and becomes about your impact. Don't say failing, say learning opportunity. Words have power. So what you speak about yourself, to yourself, over yourself, will ultimately be who you are. So don't say failing, say learning opportunity. If you look to leverage every experience, you will discover that failing is another opportunity for you to become great. I don't know if any of you have a desire to be great. I definitely do. So appreciate the process over the results. So most people don't realize that the true journey is in the process. Everyone keeps their eye at the end, the finish line, the results, but the true journey is in the process. It's through the process that you learn everything you need to learn. The result is the benefit of that process. You see the difference? All right, triggers of growth mindset. We have a few more. Value effort over talent. Most coaches will tell you that if they had a choice, they would choose the hard-working player, the one that gives them 100% every time, over the talented player. Individuals who work hard have the ability to outwork talent. So do not make the mistake of relying solely on your talent, because your talent can be outworked. Considering challenges as opportunities. Again, I know I've said this several times. The reason why I'm reiterating it is because this is going to help with your shift. Every time you face a challenge, say out loud to yourself, here is another opportunity for me to show up, grow, and be great. So right there, you've already defeated the fixed mindset just in what you're speaking. Focusing on growth over speed. Speed can cause you to miss the full potential of your growth opportunity. What you put out, whether it be a product or at a job, is a representation of you. So put your best foot forward always. So it's not about how fast, it's about how efficient. Analyzing all criticism as a gift of useful data. Start dissecting your criticism and ask yourself, how can I make this useful for my growth process? How can I make it useful for my growth process? There's a reason I'm experiencing this, and now I need to write down how I can leverage it. Celebrate every small and big win. I actually am one of those people. I write original quotes, and one of my original quotes that I'm going to share with you, because it's right on point with this, celebrate every small and big win, is when you do not track your successes, you will only remember your failures. That's an original quote by Lisa. Let me say it again. When you do not track your successes, you will only remember your failures. The reason for that is because it takes more brain power and energy when you receive something negative to process it than it is for something that's positive. So if you write down your successes, then you can reflect back on those successes. If you do not write them down, when you come into a situation where you're facing adversity, you're only going to remember the last time you failed at this. Okay, so remember that. All right, question number 5 on the worksheet. List 3 ways that collaborating with others can enhance your entrepreneurial or career journey. So that's something for you to kind of dive into, regardless of what road you're on, is to just kind of say, I haven't collaborated before. How can I collaborate with others? How will this enhance what I'm trying to do? Let's go to some good news. All right, good news here. The good news is we are not fixed, or growth mindset takes all people. On a consistent basis, we can fluctuate between the two based on the current situation. Regardless of where you are today, know that going forward, you can work to operate in a growth mindset with patience, practice, and perseverance. Growing. Another one of my quotes, growing is the journey that you choose. Growing is the journey that you choose. Let's talk about I want to give you some takeaways of how to shift into a growth mindset on the spot, okay? So let's talk strategy. Shifting into a growth mindset. Here are 6 strategies. Practice self-reflection. Practice self-reflection. It is impossible to evolve without looking at who you are now. Reflect how you got here. Then record the new mindset shift that's working for you. So let me repeat that. Reflect how you got here. Record the new mindset shift that is working for you. Okay. The second one, journal your current abilities and how they can be built upon. So remember, with the fixed mindset, your abilities are your abilities. There's nothing you can do about it. But in a growth mindset, they can be built upon. Your abilities can be built upon. So listing your current abilities and mapping your strategy to enhance and build upon them will set you and your shift up for success. So we want to be ready at all times, right? Take calculated risks. Being open to risk doesn't have to have the knockout or knock you outside of your comfort zone, because that can be a scary place. We don't want to knock you out of your comfort zone. We want you to walk out of your comfort zone. So instead, you can walk out by focusing on the keyword calculated. This allows you to be cautious while still respecting your instincts. Okay. And as time goes by, you'll get more and more comfortable with it. And then next thing you know, it'll be like a second thought, a second nature to you to just step outside the box. Reframe how you view challenges. Push yourself to see challenges as opportunities to elevate your abilities. Review your journal to help you. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Surrounding yourself with those operating with a growth mindset will not only give you the current view of the benefits to living with this mindset, but also create a support system for you on your mindset shifting journey. And then collaborate, back to that, collaborate and ask for help. You do not have to do this alone. Let someone who is already there help you and show you the way. Worksheet question number 6, Based on what you've learned, outline 3 actionable steps you can take to cultivate a growth mindset in your daily life and work. I'm going to leave you with a Chinese proverb. If you correct your mind, the rest of your life will fall into place. Again, if you correct your mind, the rest of your life will fall into place. So for any of you who have been struggling in the past or struggling now, ask yourself, is it time for me to make a mindset shift? Is it time for me to make a mindset shift? So I just want to introduce the Blackstone Launchpad team. We thank them for bringing this workshop today, and the other 3 that we are going to dive into to completely help you to just evolve, grow, and grow as a community. So the Blackstone Launchpad team is Laura Dunning, Bailey Johnson, Acacia Barnett, and myself, Lisa Geis. Thank you for joining us, but wait a minute. We're going to get to the good stuff. Please do not please do not forget to fill out any surveys that you may receive so that we'll know what you want covered in the future, as well as register now for the next workshop in this series so that we can continue to grow together. And let me give you the dates of the next workshop. Our next workshop is May 14th, critical thinking. And then our one after that will be leadership, June 4th, and then creativity, June 25th. Okay, I'll let you go ahead and go over the announcements.
No, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here, Lisa. I didn't know if you wanted them to ask any questions if they had. If anybody had any questions, you're more than welcome.
Yes, let's see.
To drop them into the chat if you wanted to get Lisa's wisdom. But while you're thinking of your questions, thank you, Esteban. Esteban enjoyed your workshop.
Thank you, Esteban. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank all of you.
You guys can still think about if you have any questions. Lisa's not going anywhere, neither are we. But I do want to get to the part I know I had you stay for. So we have some really, really exciting news for all of you. We are launching this week our internships for summer 2024, like literally next month. So we are very excited to be providing these internships to students with local startup businesses here in the Valley. And so they're everywhere. Even if you're a student that's on the west side, if you're a student that's on the east side, we have internships that are here for you. And we have worked really, really hard to put this together for you so that you have opportunities to be involved in local startups and to learn entrepreneurship and to get that training that will really help you grow and boost yourself professionally. So we'll be launching that this week. And if you don't already, you need to go to Startup Tree and create a profile. So that is how you're going to be able to find out what companies are hiring, to find out what internships are available, and you will be able to find out all the details on Startup Tree. And as you can see, these are paid internships. We're very excited about that. Everybody deserves to be paid. And you do have some options. Some of them, I've been looking at them with Bailey and Lauren. Some of them are remote. Some of them are hybrid. So there's some really amazing opportunities in there. I wish that that was something that was available when I was a student. I know remote is all awesome, but being paid, I did my internship for free. So we're really excited to be able to provide this with you, and Blackstone has really been helping us to get this type of funding to you. So we're just so grateful to be able to have internships for you. So don't forget, this week we're going to be sending those out, and just check back in get your cover letters ready, get your resumes ready, and get your interviewing. Go sharpen up on those interview skills because you guys have some jobs to go find.
Exactly. This is exciting. Yes, paid internship is always the best internship. Always the best. I'm actually typing there. Does anybody have any questions for me? I'm gonna go ahead and type in here.
So like Lisa said, we have some more in the series and we hope that you can make it. If you would like to have a one-on-one with Lisa, that is also available as well on our startup tree. And you can ask more questions, get more advice. It doesn't have to be entrepreneurship based. It could be career questions. It can be entrepreneurship questions. This is really a mentorship opportunity one-on-one for you to kind of level up on any type of um, educational or career advancement or entrepreneurship venture advancement that you have that you're thinking about. So we hope to see you all go to Startup Tree and to get yourself a profile. I would love to see your faces pop up on my little Startup Tree. So with that, we will let you guys go. And thank you so, so much for being here. Thank you for participating and listening. And we hope to see you very soon. We hope that you get a job this summer.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. I'm going to sign this off.